Welcome to the Dog Trainers Podcast, a podcast created by dog trainers, for dog trainers, or anyone who's ever fallen in love with man's best friend.
Yeah, and that's where I'm at. Is like time for me is so valuable.
Right.
Like with my schedule, time is so valuable, and back then I had a lot more free time to audit some of these conversations people were having about me, and some of these people have never met me, and they were saying things about me as a person, and it's like, well, that red flag. There you go.
You're right.
And so anyway, I would just say, like, for anybody listening that is struggling, because you're going to struggle with it. I don't know one person that's on the internet that hasn't struggled with this. Is it's going to happen to you, and you can't take it personally. So that thing with Goggins really helped. Was just, these guys are not really about your message, they're about where you're at.
Right.
They see you on a certain level, doesn't matter where it's at, and they don't like it, and they're going to say something. And so anyway, so I would say, for me, like, anybody, I could, there's certain people who, like, guys, like, and I know other trainers deal with this too, there's people who make videos about me, about how much they hate me.
Yeah.
And it's like,
I've seen them.
It's like,
It's like go get good at something.
Do you really not have any other? And some of these people will DM me on Instagram, like, "Hey, did you see the video I made about you?" I'm like, "No, dude, you're a fucking troll. You beat it. Like, stop." So that's like for me, is like, people also see people at whatever level they think that this particular person is, and they also want a little bit deep down inside of a little bit of attention. They're like, I kind of want a little bit of attention from you too. And so anyway, I can just tell you, like, if I ever saw anybody that ever said anything negative or bad about me, I still wouldn't care. I'm a genuine human being that respects everybody, and I don't think anybody should say anything, until you've actually sat down and had coffee or had a beer with that person. So, okay, now I can evaluate that person's, whatever.
Yeah. I really think one thing that this podcast has done for people who don't know you, man, like you're the man. We're friends from right now. We're friends. Like you're a great guy. You have a great heart. You're very passionate. And we just so happen to all be dog trainers. But like, if I met you at a party, we'd be homies. Right. So I really appreciate it. Like, just your vulnerability and your expression, and just your time is valuable. Thank you so much for sharing that time with us, man.
No problem. The only other thing I wanted to just close out with really quickly is, because I've never really said this on the record, and I just wanted to put it on the record.
Okay.
I just had this.
Let's do it.
I was like, I wanted to.
Exclusive on the Dog Trainers Pod.
Exclusive, and I just, So America's Canine Educator, the brand, because the first initial thing I told my friend Janine about, she's like, you're going to get shit for that because you don't know anything about dog training. I said, I know, but here's the thing. It's when I started, like I said, the conversation I had with my dad is like, you're not a trainer, you're an educator. I said, you're right. But I was also traveling the country doing pet CPR and first aid certification courses. So I was traveling and doing canine education courses for years before I was a dog trainer. For years, I would set up and I would do Homeland Security. I would do ATF. I would do doggy daycares. I would do boarding. I traveled the country and worked with, so I did that. So America's Canine Educator. So that's the only thing I've never said publicly that I've just wanted to say on like a platform that other dog people would hear, is I didn't create this America's Canine Educator logo to be like, I'm America's Canine Dog Trainer.
Right.
I was literally traveling the country doing canine CPR and first aid courses with side hustling dog training, being a dog walker, blah, blah, blah. And the conversation I have with my dad is I'm an educator, but I'm not an upstate educator. I'm not a New York educator. America's Canine Educator.
Okay.
That's the only thing I wanted to say is like, I feel so like a bigot, like having this brand on my chest means something to me, but for other people are going to be like, because some people will say, they're like, who the hell is who's this guy? How is he America's Canine Educator? I've been training dogs for 65 freaking years. I'm like, whoa, nope, no. I didn't say I was the best. I didn't say I was the top dog trainer. I didn't say I was America's top dog trainer. All I said is I'm bigger than New York, and I traveled the country, and I do canine education. And I started it 7 years ago. So that's the only other thing I wanted to add.
I love that. Thanks for sharing.
Thanks for letting me. There's a vent. I had to vet that out. I was like, ugh.
Well, yeah. That's amazing. That is amazing.
And breathe.
And
That's all I wanted to say on this podcast.
Dude, we got, again, off the record, or fuck it, on the record. There's so much good shit in this podcast.
That's
like I'm putting myself in the shoes of a young dog trainer.
Yeah, this was a lot of fun.
And yeah, this is going to be great. I hope we can be on yours one of these days.
Yeah, I'm not as organized as you guys are with that. I literally I literally set up like my recorder, and I'll record like a session, and then I will literally within 10 minutes edit intro outro and put it up. You guys are like official, so yeah, you guys will do good with this because
we can freestyle with the best of them too. So that's
no,
always
and Mariano can freestyle.
Oh yeah, that's not a joke. I can freestyle like a beast.
Rap freestyle.
I believe it.
Yeah, but let's not get started on that. Okay, I'm gonna do an outro and then we'll be done for today. All right. Where are we? All right. Thank you so much for being so generous with your time, Thomas.
Well, that is my real name, so it's not.
All right. We want to give a big thank you to Tommy Davis from Upstate Canine Academy. Again, he just shared this awesome story as why he is American Canine Educator. Guys, we really love the content in this particular episode in particular. If you guys felt the exact same way, please share this with at least one other person. It could be a dog trainer friend. It could be a client of yours. It could be someone who's interested in dog training. Just share this with one other person because there is so much advice, stories, anecdotes, just good feeling that this episode brought us. And I want to just thank everyone for listening all around the world. We really appreciate your guys' support. If you guys are listening to us and you guys also like us, please go ahead and tag us at Dog Trainers Podcast. If you guys have any questions, email us, dogtrainerspodcast@gmail.com, or just DM us or hit us up on Facebook. We'd love to hear from you guys. Again, this is episode 26, our interview with Tommy Davis. Thank you guys so much. Also, stay tuned for next week because we have two sisters from Ecuador who are amazing dog trainers, who are actually kind of trend-setting certain styles of dog training in South America. We have Melissa and Vanessa Velez on next week. So please check out episode 27. Tommy, thank you so much for being on, my friend.
You're welcome, man. Thanks for having me. It was a pleasure. Anytime.
Thank you, man. See you, man.
Peace,
have a good
brother.
one.
Later.
Bye-bye. We really hope you guys enjoyed this episode, and we hope to see you back for the next one. But in the meantime, please follow us on Instagram and Facebook at Dog Trainers Podcast. Go ahead and leave a comment. Ask us any questions that you want. We would love to connect with our dog trainer communities all around the world. Take care, guys. We'll see you next time.